Welcome to Blue Collar Ballistics. I'm Josh. Today I'm here with Dawn from Rock River Arms. She's going to tell us a little bit more about the company and a couple of things that they been doing really well with their company and a couple of firearms. But before we get to that, too, I want you guys go ahead and check out the website, bluecollarballistics.com. I have a number of different affiliates on there that you can get some discounts with, and also we got some hats. We got a gun giveaway that we're doing on there and stuff like that. I am not sponsored at this point or anything like that yet, so to keep this stuff going, go ahead and go over there and check out the website. And as always, if you like what you're seeing, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. And if there's anything you'd like to see on the channel, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Good morning, Don. How are you doing today?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
Good.
So I appreciate you coming on here with me today, and I was hoping maybe you could tell us a little bit about your company. And it sounds like you got like we visited a little bit before we started here, but it sounds like you guys got a couple guns you want to talk about that just came out.
Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit of history on Rock River. Back in the day, 1994, Chuck Larson and Mark Larson, two brothers, started the company. And they started out doing custom 1911 parts. And in 97, they decided to add custom 1911. So a lot of people know us for our AR models, but we do have a full custom shop, and we do have a line of custom 1911s that we're super proud of. Everything on those guns are 100% hand fit. So they branched out in, I think, 1999, started doing their first AR. And that's when it really took off for us. So gradually every year we're just adding new product, and we're trying to get stuff going. And we have a brand new production 1911 line that's kicking off. We should see the first guns rolling out, hopefully maybe May timeframe. So it's something for everybody to watch, because it's going to be a super cool product. So we also, a couple things on Rock River that we wanted like everybody to know is everything on our guns are 100% American made. So although Rock River is not the cheapest out there, it is going to be one of the best quality rifles you can get. And hands down, one of the most accurate. We quote an accuracy guarantee on all of the AR and 1911 models that we're building. So if you buy a stainless steel barrel model rifle, we will quote a 3/4 inch group or better, hands down. If you're buying just a standard chrome moly barrel, we're going to quote an inch or an inch and a half a group, hands down. So there's not a lot of other manufacturers out there that are going to stand behind an accuracy guarantee as far as their guns, but we do, because we know they are accurate.
Excellent. I got into law enforcement. I ended up talking to the sheriff into buying some Rock River Arms rifles, ARs, and I was pretty happy with them. I've even got some of the triggers and some of my own ARs since. I think they're a great gun. But you got some 1911s too. Does anything make your 1911s a little bit different than anybody else's? They all pretty standard.
So every 1911 we build is built to the customer specifications. So we have a base model that we start with, but you can change checkering, you can change sights, you can change finishes, grips. So pretty much every gun we build is going to be custom to whoever's ordering it. So that's pretty cool in this day and age.
Yeah, it is.
So
I think one of the things that kind of like, from what I've read, and maybe I'm wrong, you can correct me, one of the things that helped you guys take off is the quality. And did you guys get a contract with DEA at one point?
Yes, we had a big government contract with DEA, and law enforcement still is a huge part of our business. And that can be federal, state, local. We do a ton of LE contracts.
Nice.
So
yeah, that's one thing I like about them too, is being made in the U.S. You don't get a lot of stuff that's made in the U.S. anymore. And so when you find companies that
right. Well, and like I said earlier, everything we use is made in America too. So all of our parts, all of it is 100% American made. So we're not the cheapest, but you're going to get good quality American made product.
Even though you're not the cheapest, you got a pretty good price point anyway, even though you're not the cheapest.
Yeah, no, we keep it affordable so that, all of our predator guys, and hunting is a big deal for Rock River, our hunting rifles. I think this year, probably our number one seller was our 243 model.
Nice. I didn't even know your hunting series.
What's that?
I didn't even know about your hunting series until this
Oh,
week.
yeah, we do all kinds of Predator models, and that is like our number one selling model. So our ATH line, which is our all-terrain hunter line, we do that in 3 different models. We have 18-inch 223 Wild. So you'll notice if you're looking at Rock River's website and checking out stuff that any stainless steel barrel is going to be chambered in 223 Wild, which basically means that that gun is done to tighter tolerances. You can still shoot 5.56 in it, but we do the 223 so that has tighter tolerances so that we can get that under 1 inch guarantee, the 3/4 inch guarantee as far as accuracy.
So I haven't owned a lot of 223 Wild. I did have one at one point, and I used to have my casings get stuck in there quite regularly. Is that something normal, or is that more the manufacturer that I had at the time?
I was going to say that was probably more the manufacturer because we sell a ton of stainless steel barrels, which are all done in 223 Wild. So, but the tolerances, like I said, are going to be tighter because that's going to give you a lot better accuracy guarantee. And we do a lot of cryogenically treated barrels. So we'll send our barrels down to 300 below and we get them cryo treated. So they take them way down below temperature and then bring them back up. And that is supposed to give them a lot more accuracy as well. So
the 223 Wild, does that work both with 5.56 and the 223?
Yes, it'll work with both. Yeah. Okay. So our ATH line, we have the 18-inch 223, and then we do a 350 Legend and a 450 Bushmaster. Those are both going to be 16-inch models. So we kind of have a rounded out version of the all-terrain hunter, depending if you're in a straight wall cartridge state or maybe you just like 450 Bushmaster, for shooting hogs or whatever in Texas. So we got, like I said, the 3 different calibers. It gives you some options there to play with.
I'm going to go down to Texas here in a few weeks, and that's probably what I should have done is told them I'd take my 450 on that Bushmaster.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd been a lot of fun. They're going to provide the guns when I go down there. So
perfect. That's nice, easy too.
It has still been fun taking my own too. I think one of the guys is going to be taking a 8.6 Blackout.
Oh yeah,
a little bit bigger bullet. So.
That'll be cool. Are you shooting anything out of a helicopter, or are you just going to be?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Not that you're aware of.
No,
I always wanted to do that. I thought that would be fun.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
I know some of the guys down at Dillon Precision, and so I told them, I said, it'd sure be fun to take one of those full auto guns out in the helicopter because they have helicopters.
It would, and I've been seeing a lot of videos about those lately.
I said, that would be awesome.
Well,
I haven't got to do it either, but it would be fun. So,
what do you do at Rock River?
So I am the director of sales and marketing. So I head up the sales team, and we have an external marketing team that I head up. So we try to keep driving them in the right direction on what we're trying to promote and all the new product that's coming out. I keep them updated on all that.
Cool. And you mentioned earlier, I guess before we started, that you were with Springfield Armory before that.
Yes, sir.
What did you do over there? The same thing, or?
Yep, I was in charge of the sales department, the dealer sales department. So,
have you gotten to shoot at all at either place?
Oh yeah, I love to shoot. I'm an avid shooter. I have quite a collection I have come across, and I'd like to shoot. 1911s are probably my favorite, but I am a long gun shooter as well. So I have a lot of rifles, and shot my first elk this year.
I've been in sales in the past. It's been quite a few years, but when I was in sales, they always taught us that if you owned it, you could probably sell it better. In this case, like if you shot it, it'd probably be easier for you to sell products and stuff like that.
100%.
That was kind of why
that's why
you got to do a lot of shooting and stuff.
Yes, you do. And I used to do a lot more shooting probably up until 3 or 4 years ago. And then it seems like I'm busier now and I don't have as much time on the weekends to do that. But I do teach shooting classes mainly for women. So that keeps me busy as well. So,
nice.
But yeah, so Rock River also, we have a brand new 17 HMR coming out. And so this is a brand new model for us. And I'm looking forward to get one because I want to go do some prairie dog hunting. And I think that little 17 would be great for that.
Where are you guys located at?
So Rock River Arms is located in Kelowna, Illinois, which is right by the Quad Cities, right by Davenport, Iowa, just across the bridge on the Illinois side. But I actually work remote. So I left Illinois when they were coming out with all their crazy gun legislation and stuff 3 or 4 years ago. My husband and I jumped ship and we moved to Montana. So we live
Nice.
out in Montana. So this little HMR prairie, I'm thinking about buying one for prairie dog hunting because we got a lot of those little critters out here. I think that would be a hoot.
From South Dakota, we used to have them up there. We go prairie dog hunting all the time, and I think a lot of farmers have poisoned them and got rid of most of them.
Well, and we have some guys around here too that have done that, and they say they spend $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 a year trying to poison them, and there's just
you cut out just a little bit there. They said what?
That they spend like $10,000 to $12,000, $13,000 a year trying to poison them on some of these great big ranches that are out here because there's just so many. So they definitely
just charge people to come shoot them. Having people coming out there all the time.
Well, they're kind of finicky about people running around on their property. So they're like, if you want to come and shoot them, you come shoot them. Just make sure you shoot a bunch of them. Don't just come for a little while.
Yep.
So,
that'd be kind of cool. So you've got that 243 and then you got the 17 that's coming out. Are those both in the AR platform, or do you guys do other bolt action stuff as well?
Yes. So the 243, the BT3 is basically our AR-10 version. And it is an AR style rifle. And then the 17 HMR is also an AR style rifle. But it works on like a gas impingement, delayed blowback, which is new, which is patented. Nice little rifle. It's got an 18-inch barrel. It's got the Magpul SLK stock. It's got the Magpul Mo grip. We just started shipping them here within the last 30 days. So I'm curious to get a bunch of them out into the public and start getting some feedback on how much everybody loves this thing because it is super, super cool.
Yeah. I've got a couple 17 HMRs. They seem like pretty nice guns. The ones I've got are just bolt action. There are some cheaper.
Right. Well, guns, and Rock River does like do. A nice round. Especially for your little varmint series, I think it's going to be great. But Rock River does do some bolt action rifles. We have our RBGs. Retails just over $5,000, but they are a shooter. We have a 308 and a 6.5 Creedmoor, and you can get it in black, tan, or OD green. It's one of the nicest bolt action rifles I've shot.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was
what's that one come in? You said 308 and 6.5
308 and 6.5 Creedmoor right now. Yep.
Pretty good rounds. I've been hearing a lot about the 6.5 Creedmoor in the last. You've heard about it since it came out, but in the last year it seems like I've heard a lot more about it.
Right. Well, then we came out last year with the XM24, which is a switch barrel. So we have two guns, and the one gun comes in a 308, 338 Lapua. So basically, you get the gun with the 308 barrel on it. And then you get a 338 barrel and everything you need to do to swap that out. And then we have that also in a 6.5 Creedmoor 300 Win Mag version. So same thing, you get the 6.5 Creedmoor barrel on it, but we send you everything with the 300 Win Mag to be able to swap it out. And that's also right around the $5,000. But you're getting two complete rifles.
Yeah.
So that's...
I'm a big fan of each of those calibers too. Right. Probably the two biggest is probably the 6.5 and the 300 Win Mag.
Right.
38. I do not own one of those, but one of these days I'd like to get into one.
There you go.
But so you got 1911s as well. Do you have any 2011s? So that's something that's come out. So
that is on our radar. Yep, 2011 is on our radar. Like I said, we have that brand new production pistol line coming out here. Hopefully the first ones will start shipping by May. So we'll start out with a 5-inch 45 caliber in black nitride, and we'll also have a nickel boron, which is like a shiny stainless color. Yeah. And they'll have optic cuts on them. So we will see that branch out into 9 mils. We will have some commander styles, and a 2011 is on the radar for that as well. For that lineup. So
yeah, I've only ever shot one 2011. It was actually my friend's Staccato, and it was a really nice shooting gun. I don't know how the other ones are going to stand up to that one, just because
right.
I haven't really shot any of the others, but
a lot of people like the double stack.
But I like it just because, well, for two reasons. One, rounds in there, but two, I've got bigger hands too. I'm 6'4", I got big hands, and so
it gives you a nicer grip.
More comfortable in my hand. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's definitely on our radar. So we'll see how long it takes us to get there.
Nice. So then the bolt action just came in those few calibers you just told me about.
Yes.
Or just told us about. 3 predominantly in an AR platform.
Correct.
Is there issues with mag capacity for hunting and stuff like that with the 243 in different states, or do you have questions about that where somebody needs to fix mag or anything like that?
Yeah, so we usually we have the option of 5-round or 10-round. And for hunting, that's pretty much what we go with. Now some of the AR style 223s and 5.56 models that we have for predator hunting, those all ship with a 30-round mag. But we do have 10-round mags available for anybody that needs them.
I didn't know if places required it to be like more of a fixed mag or anything like that.
Yeah, we haven't
count.
run across that as far as it's more either the straight wall cartridge in some states as far as for hunting and, 5 or 10 round mags, which we offer for all the models. So,
all right. What's your favorite gun that you guys make?
That's a tough one.
Let's start with your favorite rifle. Let's start with the rifles.
So my favorite rifle, are we talking AR or bolt action? Because that comes next.
We'll split them. Let's go with ARs this time.
Okay, so probably my favorite AR would be my ATH. I do have one of our 223 ATH models. So you got an 18-inch stainless barrel. Super accurate. You can shoot out to 500 yards, no problem at all. So that's probably my favorite. The all-terrain hunter.
Okay, that's right.
And so that is probably my favorite rifle that I own in the AR platform.
Bolt action.
So in the bolt action, I have one of our RBGs, and it's a tan model with a 22-inch barrel. So not only can you pick your color, black, tan, or OD green, you can pick 20, 22, or 24-inch barrel. So I went with a 22-inch barrel. And these have a Whiskey 3 KRG chassis. I mean, they're super, super nice. So I do love that rifle. But I guess I should have said my 7 mag was my favorite rifle. Rock River doesn't make it, but I shot my first elk this year with a 7 mag.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So now I think that's probably one of my favorite guns because it helped me get my first elk.
I had one of those when I was in high school. It was a 7 mag, and I liked it quite a bit. My first hunt deer rifle was a 25-06. And
there you go.
Really liked that. And then we got old enough. My dad took that, gave that to my brother, gave me a 7 mag. So then he used that for a number of years after that.
Nice.
And here, probably the last 10 years or so, I've been using a 300 Win mag for deer hunting.
Yep, that's what my husband uses. So,
and then I, probably around the early teens, yes, I started getting into ARs quite a bit, and I make some of my own. My first, I went out to an instructor course for the patrol rifle, and before I went and I built 2 or 3 of my own. That way, I wanted to know, I wanted to be real familiar with the gun before I got out there. I didn't want to look like a dummy when I got out there and not know anything about it. And we didn't have any ARs in the department at the time, so I got to take one of the ones that I built out there and actually qualifying the first time that we get a chance to qualify each day we're out there. And then I qualified the first time right away with it out there, and made me feel pretty good. It's something that I built, and then I got to help out. There were 7 of us that qualified the first time, and we got to help out the class the rest of the week. So it was pretty neat, but.
That's cool.
Anyway, I got into ARs pretty good for a while, and that's when I started shooting through the Rock Rivers. And then at some point, not too long after that, I got my first suppressors, and then I still like ARs, but I started looking more into bolt guns a little bit. So I got my first suppressors and stuff that there's so much blowback, you get so dirty in ARs.
Big time.
With the suppressors on there, but no. You guys have anything that is like piston driven?
So we used to have a piston-driven AR, and then during COVID, the machine shop that was running all of our parts closed up. And so we've been looking for a new shop that will run the parts and stuff for us. So at this time, they're on hold until we can find somebody to get us back up and running. But yeah, we do have our own piston gun too.
I think down the road, some point, I want to get a couple of those for hunting. Like I've got a 22 arc that I'll go out and hunt with it. The kind of hunt with, and it's an AR platform. I've got to clean that like every 10, 12 rounds, or it starts having issues, feeding issues and stuff like that. And you're gonna have issues with a lot of them anyway, but I think part of it has to do with how short the casing is on those and a little fatter. Right. And so the way they feed in there, one when it starts getting dirty in there, it affects it a lot more. And
Right. Well, and we're looking at doing some new calibers as well. Like I said, the 243 does really well for us because not a lot of guys are doing that. And we sell a lot of 350 Legend and 450 Bushmasters, same thing, because not a lot of other manufacturers do those calibers. So, and we do have a 224 Valkyrie also that we sell. So, yeah, I think some of the odd calibers that are not, as prevalent in the market in an AR, I think they seem to do pretty well for us.
I think, yeah, if it wouldn't be for my channel here, we call it Ballistics, I don't know if I would have bought a 2R. The main reason I bought it was I wanted to be one of the first ones to shoot it, try it out for people.
There you go.
And I haven't been the greatest on reviews up to this point and stuff. I'm going to do more and hopefully get a little bit better at it. But so I don't know that when I talked about it at all, I was probably not the best person we talked about, even though we got one pretty early on. That's the main reason I got it. Otherwise, I like to stick to the calibers that will be around for a while. That was one reason I liked the 6.5 Creedmoor. There was a number of 6.5s came out about the same time. There was a 6.5 Creedmoor, there was the 6.5 BRC, the 6.5 Grindle, and I don't know if there's another one or not, but and they're all around yet. But I think the 6.5 Creedmoor is the one that took off, and it's easier to find ammo for it now, and the guns are fairly prevalent. So I think that's another thing that I like about it. Not only that, but it's a great shooting round, and that's probably why it took off. Because it's
I'm sure. Round. I'm sure. And we do some ARs in 6.5 Creedmoor also. So, but like you said, I think it's a lot straighter, flatter shooting round, and a lot of people like it. It did take off, and it does still do well with us.
That's one thing that always makes me nervous about the newer rounds. Am I going to get it, and then shoot it for a year or two, and then have trouble finding ammo after that because didn't take off, didn't stick.
Right, like the other ones.
And
you just gotta play it by ear, see what happens.
No, I've seen a lot of people, not so much with the 22 arc. I've seen a lot with the 6 arc. Like a lot of people like to hunt those 6 arc.
We haven't started exploring anything in the 6 arc. I know we're looking at the 7 PRC and 6mm arc, some of those, but I don't know. We'll see. Every year is a surprise.
Change gears just a little bit real quick here. You talking about like with your firearms, something that helps you qualities, your tight tolerances and stuff like that. Are your parts interchangeable with other AR parts too? Like say if somebody were to get a different trigger or different, just different parts that they wanted to put in there and try out.
So yes and no. So Rock River has 2 different AR-10 platforms. We have the LAR-8, which was our first go-round at the AR-10, and it is 100% proprietary to Rock River. So with the LAR-8, only LAR-8 parts will work. So you couldn't buy one of our lowers and try to put somebody else's upper on it, or buy one of the LAR-8 uppers and try to put it on somebody else's lower, or even swapping out parts. It would not work. Now, our BT3 is our newer version that came out here in the last few years, and it is compatible with other AR-10s. So, and with that being said, I've had people say, okay, well, they bought our BT3 upper, and they said we tried to put it on, somebody else's lower. Well, if their lower is not 100% to spec, like what we say ours are, they may have trouble getting it to line up properly. But it should work as far as with others. And then like our standard 5.56 ARs and all that, they are standard.
Yeah.
So those you can.
I've had people tell me, like, there's some companies, DPMS used to be one of them, and I haven't heard much about them for a while. I got a couple of their guns, and I've been pretty happy with both of them. I was told that their parts wouldn't all switch out. We're all interchangeable with others, which I haven't had any trouble. I guess I don't know if I've switched much out with them, but I didn't know if Rock River, if you guys had similar issues and stuff with
I would say with our AR-10, the BT3 models, they should, like I said, be able to work with other parts, but you always get one that's just not quite going to fit or something, so there is that chance.
The way Rock River shoots and stuff, you shouldn't want to be switching stuff out anyway. They're pretty good gun all around.
We do stand behind our accuracy and that they're 100% American made, and they're a great shooting rifle.
There are very many other manufacturers around that are 100% American made that you know?
You know what? I think you're gonna see a couple of the bigger guys. I think Sig still says that their stuff is all 100% American made, and I know Springfield. A lot of their stuff is done stateside. I don't know if 100%, but I think most of it is. Not sure. Not sure about Smith and Wesson as far as theirs, but so I think a lot of people do like to stay American made, but we have, local machine shops doing a lot of our work for us, and we try to keep everything as close to home as we can.
I like that, and I think even this industry, the firearms industry, the majority of the people that own firearms and stuff like that, I think there are more people are going to look for American-made stuff too.
100%.
Most everybody's going to have something that's not American-made. I think predominantly the majority of the people in the industry like American-made.
Yeah, for sure.
I've shot a lot of the guns that aren't, like say Glock, or I've got an IWI shotgun that's Roar TS12. Got a few things that are myself, and I probably got more than I know, but that's something really nice to know when you have a business that you're dealing with for a firearm. Not only it's going to be good quality, it's in the States. It should be easier to deal with, especially with customer service and stuff too. They're going to speak English.
Oh, for sure.
And stuff like that too. I'm sure you're biased a little bit, but what's your customer service like?
Our customer service is good. And if we have any questions that the customer service guys and girls can't answer, we can get you right to a technician that's live that'll talk to you. We still have a live receptionist that answers the phone every day, which is unusual in this day and age. Yeah. But you got to give credit out there to Pam and Liz, because those are our two receptionists.
That's pretty nice that you got that. There's not too many places you can say that.
Yeah, that is for sure. So we have a good customer service department. They're there to answer the phone with any questions anybody's got, or take orders over the phone. They're all trained on all the products so that they can speak intelligently on that. And like I said, if any kind of a technical issue comes up, if anybody's got a question they can't answer, we get it right to our technical guys that are right on the floor working with the guns every day. Another thing that I didn't mention is that every single upper and every single gun that Rock River ships goes out to the range and gets test fired for function and accuracy before it goes.
Yes.
So I actually was talking to the owner of Rock River yesterday, and he was out at the range test firing guns that were getting ready to ship himself. So I thought that was pretty cool.
It is nice. You got the founders, the Larson brothers.
Yes.
Are they both still involved with the company and around that?
So Mark passed away a few years ago in an accident. So Chuck, his brother, is the sole owner. But yes, he is hands-on in the office every single day, and he's walking through the shop, checking out, see what everybody's doing, and they'll be like, hey, I can't seem to get this to fit, or I can't seem to figure this out. Boy, he's all hands-on, and he's right in there working on it with them, or telling them what they need to do to make it work how he wants it to work. He'll tell you hands down, nothing ships unless it's 100%, especially if he's, keep an eye on everything like he does. So
it's nice to know. Nice to hear too. So,
yeah, very, very hands-on.
Well, I appreciate you getting on here talking with me. If you ever want to talk about anything, you got anything new coming out that you want people to know about, I'd be glad to do.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as we get our new 1911 shipping, we'll get back on it.
All right. Sounds good. Well, I appreciate you coming on here with me. If you guys enjoy what you're seeing here, like I said, hit the subscribe button and like the video. If you have any questions, there's a chance we could do another podcast with Rock River Arms here. And if you have questions about them or anything like that you'd like to know, feel free to leave those in the comment section, and we can ask them in the future and see if we can get answers for you. As always, thanks for watching, and God bless and stay safe.
Thanks for having me.